Hi, hello and welcome to Journey Towards Wealth. Today's video is about a query that I received a couple of months back. It is quite an interesting one because the query is sent by somebody who is around 32 years of age, and I was quite happy to notice that they have accumulated, the husband and the wife, they're both working, and they have accumulated around 2 crores of rupees in this age of 32 years, which I would say is quite fantastic knowing their age. The best part is both of them have been working in the technology field and have been doing well for themselves. They haven't revealed their income, so I wouldn't have much details on that, but they have recently purchased a house for themselves. They have their car and all the expenses taken care. Yes, they do have a huge EMI going for their house, but the best part is they are very clear on their needs in life. They would want to look at, when the husband reaches the age of 55, they would like to be financially free, and they would want to decide whether they are in a position to take retirement or not. Now, they have given me the complete details of their expenses and investment and all that. I would like to take you through this retirement calculator, and let's understand whether they would have enough money by the time they turn 55 to decide whether they can retire at that age. Again, at 32, thinking about such a stretch about their future is fantastic. But again, it is too early for us to actually know whether they will be on track. And hence, they need to have a recheck every couple of years to know whether they are on track to reach their corpus requirement. So to start off with, the current age of the boy is around 32 years, and I think the wife is around 29-30 years, and they are planning to retire, or they are looking at reaching financial freedom by the age of 55. They are thinking that they would need a corpus of around 50 crores by the time they turn 55. And currently they have already made an investment of around 2 crores in mutual funds. Basically, they have invested in small cap and mid cap mutual funds, and he has been doing this over the past 8 years, and where he was able to get a consistent a consistent return of around 15% or a CAGR of 15%. So now let's assume the same amount going forward. As of now, he is doing a monthly SIP of around 2 lakhs. It is from both their income, and they plan to have an increment of 5% every year in their SIP contribution, and maximum annual investment they are looking at is around 6 lakhs based on the prediction they have for their future. Again, these are things which are very long term and not predictable, but based on what they can see about their future, this is what they feel. And after retirement also, they are not looking at making a much of a change in their equity investment. Again, that is a long period from now, so they are looking at 12% return, and inflation is considered to be around 6 lakhs. Currently their monthly expense work out to be around 2 lakhs, and so after inflation it is assumed to be around 7,64,000. There are some expenses which they would like to be planned during this journey, which is their son's education. Their son is currently about 3 years of age, so another 15 years from now, they are looking at their son's education. They have a daughter who is recently born. Her education, which would come up at the age of 52, and they are planning for a home renovation another 10 years time. Also, they want to upgrade their car in another 6 years time. See, that the immediate expenses they are looking at. Again, this is a long term plan, and hence there may be some changes here and there which they may have to relook maybe every 6 months to 1 year, so that they need to know whether they are on track for their financial independence. Now, when you look at this calculator, what we realize is in a period of the next 23 years, they would be able to accumulate around 108.50 crores, which is way above their expectation. The simple reason is a long-term investment in equity market which they would want to do, and also they have invested in small cap and mid cap mutual funds, which has been able to give a CAGR of around 15 to 22% over the past couple of years, and to aim for anywhere the lowest end of around 15% is something workable over a long period of time. Now let's see how does their pre-requirement calculator look like. So this calculation is just based on the amount they are investing in equity mutual fund, especially mid cap and small cap category, and it is good that they are investing in such category because age is on their side and they have couple of years for them to actually let their wealth grow. Now the thing is, they have been, or he has been investing for the past 9 years, that is from the age of 23. He has been, once the time he started his job, he has been investing, and initially the amount of investment was much lesser, but now since he has got a career progression and his wife is also working and earning money, they are able to increase their allocation towards mutual funds. Other than this, they have their kind of provident fund going, and also they have ensured that they have purchased a house, that is through EMI. So after all their expenses, they are able to save around 2 lakhs currently. Now if you look at the returns here, we are seeing that every year it is shown as every year it is consistently giving 15%. But as all of you are aware, markets doesn't work that way. There are years where market would give you an exceptional return of around 30%, and there are years where it goes down. Since he has by investing 10% for the past couple of years, he is very much aware about this volatility, and also through his investment he has been able to make around 15 to 18% over the past couple of years, and hence he is quite okay to continue his investment in small cap and mid cap mutual fund category. Now since age is on his side, he can keep continuing this investment, and also he is planning to increase his investment every year by 5% till a maximum of 60 lakhs per year. He believes that both of them together will be able to save this kind of money over a period of time, because they work in an industry where they see lot of progress coming in coming years. So now if we keep doing this, before retirement itself he will be able to accumulate a corpus of around 100 crores, whereas they were looking like something around 50 crores by the time they turn 50. Now if you look at it, they would be able to reach that amount by the time they reach 50, but since they are ready to continue in this game for a longer period of time, they have around 100 crores saved up by the time they turn 55. Many a time people find it difficult to believe that with consistently investing in mutual funds or any equity related schemes or investment products, they will be able to accumulate this kind of return. But this is something which is practically possible by many of us if we continue on this journey of investment. Whenever there was a downturn in the market or a sideways, this gentleman has ensured that he continued investing and never withdrew from the market, and that is exactly the reason why he is able to accumulate this kind of money by the time he is 32, and he is on his journey to accumulate much higher corpus. Now again, there will be comments which will be coming that 100 crores in another 20 plus years is not a huge amount, but for a common man it is still a huge amount, and if somebody is able to accumulate this kind of corpus over the next couple of years, we need to see that there are many expenses that they are taking care along with this journey of his job by the time 55, and that is exactly comfortable in his life. What is the beauty of investment over long term? The first drawdown is happening after 6 years. By then he would have completed more than 10 years of investment in the equity market, and this is the confidence that gives him to keep investing over the next couple of years. Now let's look at the next part, which is the post retirement. It is too early for this gentleman to look at retirement and post retirement at this stage, but just see how comfortable are they placed for retirement with this kind of earnings from their investment. Now here we have looked at a return of 12%, because today he feels that he wouldn't want to withdraw his investment in equity, or he may want to reduce it to maybe an index investing or something once he retires. But he believes that capital gains is a way to go, and doesn't want to invest heavily in guaranteed schemes where he will have to pay higher taxes. So in that scenario, what we look at this data, what we realize is his annual expenses after inflation of 6% has gone up to around 92 lakhs by the time he turns 55. But the major thing is his corpus is able to create around 13 crores by the time he turns 55, whereas his expense is not even 1/10 of his returns. Now yes, we also understand that these returns don't happen the same way every year. It's not a consistent return. It is just a CAGR of 15%. So there are years where his returns might come down to by 10%, and there are years where his return might come to around 40% per year. So it just balance out over a period of time. So at that point, when it's retirement time, or when he wants to get his funds out, he need to decide whether he want to look at a bucket kind of investing, or he wants to look at doing a SWP, depending on how the markets are going to pan out. But if you look at one shot, he looks very comfortable in terms of his investments. And if you look at it, by the time he turns 85, you can see he would have accumulated a huge corpus. Let's not go so far. Let's look at 60, which is around 28 years from now. He would be accumulating around 200 crores, and his expense comes to way below what he is accumulating. Now that exactly is the power of compounding. At that age, if they want to look at old age homes or a geriatric care, money wouldn't be a criteria on which they will think they don't have to go. They would have sufficient amount of money for them to take care of their needs, and they would also be in a position to do some charity or other activities during their retirement age, which makes their life very comfortable. So if you look at this retirement calculator, you can understand that they are very comfortably placed in terms of their investment. Yes, there are plans which may come up suddenly. They may have to spend more money. Even if that happens, I think they are comfortably placed at current situation. Again, we need to notice that their kids are still small, and their education might get a little expensive. They may have to spend more money and all that. And there may be such changes which would be coming up in their life. But again, altogether, if you look, they are comfortably positioned, because they are not increasing their expenses with an increase in income which they feel will happen in their life. So that is the first and foremost thing. Lifestyle inflation, that's the biggest creep people have when it comes to their investment. As long as they continue this investment for the next couple of years, or over the next 2 decades, they're comfortable to reach financial independence on time. So one thing that you can understand by going through this particular portfolio of this gentleman is, we realize that he has started his investment journey early on, which most people miss out. He has started at the age of 23, as and when he got a job, and that too in small cap and mid cap mutual funds. This has ensured that he got a pull initially in his life, so that his corpus could grow to around 2 crores by the time he turned 32. Now, if he continue on this journey of investment, and he is able to increase his investment as planned by him, then he will be in a comfortable position to his financial freedom journey. By the time he turns 55, or much before that, he would be financially independent, and then he can make a choice about whether he wants to work, whether he wants to do something on his own. All those kind of decisions can be taken. So now if you look at this retirement calculator or this calculator, we come to realize that his expenses are way below his returns from his investments. Since he is comfortable with mutual funds and he understands the volatility of the equity market, even during recent fall, he did not withdraw his investment. He let his investment to grow, and also he continued doing his SIP all to this period. Again, he has his investment in fixed deposit, which is a small portion in case of any emergencies, and also he has his PF, which is continuing. He only wanted to analyze whether he's on track to achieve financial independence through this investment and the future investment he is planning to make. When you look at it as a whole data, I think he's comfortably positioned as of now. Now he needs to keep reviewing his portfolio every 6 months to 1 year to ensure that he is on track to achieve his financial freedom. Also, since he is heavily invested in small and mid cap mutual funds, he needs to keep reviewing them quite regularly. Also, there may be some additional expenses which would come up in his life which is not accounted for, and I think in spite of those expenses he will still be able to achieve his financial freedom by the time he turns around 50-55, because he has not told me the exact number that he would want to achieve, but he feels that anything above 50 crores by the time he turns 50-55 is comfortable for him. So I think this video is quite interesting, and in case you find this videos useful, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for your time.